It's amazing to have an amazing musician here on the red carpet tonight. So this film has a lot to do with social media. Being in the music industry, how tough is it to keep up with social media these days?
You know, it's interesting because everyone lives on their phones, you know, and for me, like, I'm kind of a shy person in that world, so I have, you know, people kind of like help me out with that, but I feel like it's really important to kind of stay connected, one, with your fans, and it's been tremendous for us as a band. It's been tremendous for me just in getting the word out about, you know, projects that I'm involved in and, you know, nonprofits that I, you know, speak about as well. So, you know, I think it's a huge part of our lives and you can't ignore it anymore, you know?
Now, when you first started, social media, was it as prevalent as it is now, or does it seem something you had to catch up with?
I feel like it's always kind of been in my world in general. I mean, you know, like I was one of the first people that really started with Facebook as an artist when they had iLike back in the day, you know. One of the first people on Instagram as well, you know, starting with the food blog and doing that whole thing. So it's always been a very prevalent thing, you know, starting from MySpace, I think. That was like one of the very first things. But I think nowadays, because of the millennials and the changing tides of
Cat
technology, yeah, no, it's in everyone's world. It's, like I said, again, you cannot ignore it. It's a big part of it. And I think it's about how you use it nowadays, you know. You can use it for good or for evil.
You know, about 10 years ago when ringtone music really kind of caught off, do you think it's affected the way you create music, how it influences what you want to write about, or even, you know, making the lyrics?
I think when it comes to capturing people from the beginning, I think ringtones have been a big part of, like, making it quick. You know, it was always kind of said when you did a radio track, you want to catch them within the first, like, 15 seconds. Now it's really about that loop. You know, you want somebody to kind of, like, save your song onto their phone so you have that continuous, like, reminder of them being, like, your biggest fan, you know? Other than that, I'm not exactly sure what the ringtone has to do with, you know, with music, you know. I think it's really about now people doing longevity versus just for the instant, you know, especially with Spotify. You know, you can find music so easily. There's a million different artists in the world, extremely talented people all over the world. So it's really about you cutting through as an artist and having those songs that are going to stand the test of time, not just for the 5 seconds.
So, speaking of test of time, what music do you have coming out that we should be looking out for?
Well, right now we're still, you know, kind of going with our record, our self-titled album, Fitz And The Tantrums. Full was our newest single over the summer. We just finished up a tour with One Republic a couple months ago, and now we're, like, doing all kinds of, like, TV things that are going on. I can only really announce one, which we're doing with Disney for their holiday special that airs on November 30th. And then after that, it's December 24th or 12th or something like that. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
So our last question, Thanksgiving's coming up. What music are you playing during turkey time?
I am definitely playing a lot of Kelly Clarkson's new album. A really good friend of mine, Jessie Shatkin, produced like 7 songs on her record. It's incredible. If you have not heard it, go and listen to that album.